Hey, good morning. It's another one of our first fives. So I hope this week finds you doing well. We're continuing our series on spiritual disciplines, the idea of living out our faith in everyday life. And so this week we're talking about the idea of guidance. And we believe God guides us by the presence of His Holy Spirit, but also people speak into our lives. And things sometimes help us go a direction we might not have gone otherwise. So I remember it's been several years ago now, but we had moved to Michigan and my mom was going to come visit. And long story short, she was riding in a car with my sister, and so we met her in the southern part of the state, and then my mom and I were going to drive on to here, and my sister's going to go off and see some friends. And so I went and picked up my mom, got in the car, started driving back home. I knew the first few turns because I had driven it enough, I kind of knew it. But I knew there was a particular exit I needed to take, and I wasn't paying that close attention, and I missed my exit. I didn't know I missed my exit for several more minutes when I decided to check the GPS on my phone and see where I was and what turn I needed to make, only to look down and realize I missed it. And so I kept going and knew there was another way, and we took the other way. It was a lot longer. So my wife calls me and says, "Hey, where are you guys?" And I said, "Well, we're still another hour and a half away because we missed our turn." You see, if my mom had known where she was going, she could have said before I missed the exit, "Hey, you might want to turn here," or if someone else had been in the car. But there were two of us in the car who had never really gone this way very often. I was new to living in this state, and I missed it. Have you ever felt like your life is like that? Like you think there's a direction you should go, you're pretty sure you know the way, only the longer you go, you begin to realize it's the wrong direction. The longer you go, you realize it isn't the way you want to go. It's a way that's not leading to what you hope for. I think much of life feels that way. But here's the good news for us. I think Jesus invites us into a particular way of life that when we follow after Him, we find the road that leads to true life, the road that leads to true joy. There's a scene in John chapter 14 where Jesus is talking to His disciples, and He's saying, "Hey, listen, I'm preparing a way for you to go. I'm preparing a way of life where I'm going to be close to the Father, and I'm inviting you to be close as well." And so Thomas asked him this question, the question that we all have. Jesus, how do we know the way that you're preparing for us? And these are Jesus' words in response. He says, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." And he goes on to say, "If you really knew me, you would know my Father as well. From now on, you do know him and have seen him." In other words, what Jesus is saying here is pretty simple. Hey, listen, when you're on the road and you're not sure what direction to go, not sure which exit is the one you want to take, follow me. See, here's one of the things I think that's been lost for us, especially culturally, is that Christianity, we've categorized as just religious practices or religious belief or religious system, and there's truth in all of that. But we've forgotten that Christianity as a religion is centered on a person, and that person is Jesus. And so here's the thing, if you want to know what it looks like to live a life following after Jesus, look at Jesus' life. Read the Gospels, read His teachings, watch what He does. Being Christian means to follow after Jesus. And so here's what Jesus says to all of us, just like He says to Thomas when you ask this question, "How do I know the way?" And Jesus says pretty clearly, "Here's the way. Follow me." And so here's my invitation for you today. Make sure you and I live lives where we follow after Jesus. And may you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.